Hello, Gemini journalist fans. A warm welcome back to you. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel once again, the Gemini journalist. Now, we are down to chapter 15, part 2, the transfer. For those of you joining us for the very first time, what takes place here on the Gemini journalist are the readings of my chapters. The first chapter we've covered is The Rookie Helena Carson Finds True Love. We are currently down to my second novel, the part 2 of the Rookie series, The Rookie, the Royal Wedding. Now, down below in the descriptions, you will be able to find the links to all my novels on Amazon. You can always purchase yourself an ebook copy or a paperback copy. If you are here in Jamaica, I have the books locally. You can always reach out to me via my social media sites. The links will also be down below, so definitely reach out to me. I will be more than happy to hook you up with a signed and autographed copy from your girl Ash. So without much delay, we are just going to dive right into it. Once again, The Rookie, the Royal Wedding, Chapter 15, The Transfer, Part 2. Mrs. Royal, welcome to our female lounge, Lounge Venus. Our saunas are to your left and steam rooms are located to your right. Straight ahead, you may find our showers, restrooms, and lockers. You may have a seat. Thank you, Sky. The pleasure's all mine. Now, on these forms, you are going to share with us any prior illnesses or family medical history which may hinder your treatment with us today, or that we should be aware of before applying treatment. Allergies and so forth are key. Thanks. I'll be sure to add it all. No problem. Take your time and I will be back within a few minutes to collect them from you and to proceed with your treatment. There are cold towels in the cooler in the locker room. They have been soaked in eucalyptus oil just like the ones you received upon arrival. Once again, take your time. I'll be back shortly. Sky exited the room and met up with Missy, who had just completed her welcome with Augustus. How's he doing? She asked, as Missy placed the clipboard on the desk. He's doing rather well. Says there are no known illnesses, so his forms were completed real quick. He's taken some time in the steam room, so by the time he's through, your lady should be ready. Yeah, she should be, Sky responded with a smile. Now right, I believe it's time to head on back in. Missy was ready to start her treatment. She sent Sky ahead to check in with Helena. She returned with the forms and said she'd be another 5 minutes. She's in the steam room. Okay, great. I'll go check on the gentleman. Mr. Royal, I see you have completed your steam. You care for a glass of water? Not just yet, Missy, but I observed the water cooler by the door. I'll go fetch me a glass in a few. Sure, no rush. The missus is still in the steam room. She'll be out in another 5 minutes. I'll return then to take you to your treatment room. Care for anything while you wait? Nope, I'm good. Missy excused herself and joined Sky, who was at the lobby desk, patiently waiting for Helena to be done. Well, I'm pretty sure she must be ready. I'll go check. You may take Mr. Royal straight to the room, and I shall join you there in a few minutes with Mrs. Royal. Sky stepped away from the desk and made her way around to the lounge. I see you have finished. How was it? It was very refreshing. Thank you for asking, Sky. You're welcome, Mrs. Royal. There's a watery glue at the doorway. You may refresh yourself, or if you care for a drink from our mini bar, I will be happy to assist you. I think water is okay for now. No problem. While Sky fetched the water for Helena, Helena was busy sponging herself down with a cold towel. Here you go, ma'am. Thank you. While Helena took her time to sip her water, Sky excused herself. She left to check on the room and to see if Missy had already orientated Augustus. She quickly knocked 3 times before she entered. Missy and Augustus had just arrived. Hey there, everything's going well so far? Sure, thanks for asking. Awesome. Mrs. Royal is cooling down, so if you don't mind, I'll go get her while Missy completes your orientation. Sounds great. Sky quietly left the room and rejoined Helena in the lounge. She was ready to be taken to heaven. Mr. Royal is being orientated. Are you ready to join him? You bet. I most definitely am, Helena responded. Please follow me. Sky led the way and Helena followed. Upon their arrival, Sky whispered, "In this area, we are all expected to remain very quiet, no exceptions. When I open the door, to your left there is a rack on the wall. You may place your robe there. You will then lay stomach down on the bed under the covers, with your face down on the headrest. Before we head in, are there any questions at all?" "Nope. I'm just ready to dive in." "Very well then. I will give you 5 minutes to proceed. Both Missy and I will return once you're through." "Thank you, Sky." Sky quietly opened the door and escorted Helena inside. She whispered, "Go ahead. I'll see you in a few minutes." She closed the door and joined Missy at the reception area. Helena gracefully removed her robe and quietly made her way to Augustus's bedside. "I know you can't be knocked out already. You haven't even received your treatment just yet." He didn't respond. She slowly removed the covers and ran her fingers up and down his back, his legs, and then tickled the sole of his feet. Helena knew better. Augustus wasn't afraid of being tickled. She then began massaging his buttocks, then his lower back, straight up to his shoulders. Augustus still did not move or make a sound. Helena then stood at the headrest, gracefully running her fingers down his spine. "I have you right where I wanted you." Augustus gripped her by the waist and placed his lips upon her belly button. "Silly rabbit," he added. "Bet you thought you had me, huh?" Augustus rose from the bed, gently picked her up, then laid her on the bed. "It's my turn, you amateur." He ran his fingers all over her body, from her neck right down to the tips of her toes. Augustus then gripped her ass cheeks in the palm of his hands and started massaging. "This is how it's done." He then slowly ran his fingers between her thighs, gently using his middle finger to play with her clitoris. "We have only 5 minutes. I hope you know that," Helena declared. "Shh!" He then slipped his finger into her pussy, which was becoming wet from his touch. Helena started groaning when, knock, 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 Sky and Missy had returned. "Ugh, that sucks." Augustus hopped into bed and covered himself. Missy and Sky entered the room in silence. "Mr. and Mrs. Royal, Sky and I have returned. We are ready to begin your treatment. We ask that you remain face down and follow our lead. We will guide you accordingly. Just listen to our instructions as we go along. All set?" In a choir, Augustus and Helena responded, "All set." "Wow, that was amazing, Augustus. I really needed that. Feels like someone forklift a ton of weight from my body. I'm happy you enjoyed it, love." Turning to Sky and Missy, they both thanked them for their service, and Augustus tipped them both $100 each. "Thank you both for coming, Mr. and Mrs. Royal, and we look forward to seeing you both again soon. Maybe you can do her makeup and here in the salon for our wedding." "Oh." Missy was surprised by the sound of wedding. "I know," Augustus responded. "We aren't married yet, but I know because I only gave you my last name, you imply that we were." "Our sincere apologies," Sky added. "That's totally fine, no big deal. We will be pretty soon anyway, right, Lena?" Helena only smiled and blushed. "Well," Augustus added, "our service with you today was exceptional, and we definitely will be back. Don't you agree, Lena?" "I second that." The receptionist thanked them both for making it the Sea Breeze Aromatherapy Day Spa and gave them each a gift bag. "Thought your treatment ended here, didn't you?" Sky and Missy smiled as they escorted the couple to the exit. That was truly an amazing treat, Augustus. He opened her door and allowed her to settle in before he closed it. He did not respond just yet. He made his way around to the driver's side, propped his seat back a bit, and said, "It most definitely was love, and I am happy you enjoyed it. Now that that's over, shall we eat?" "I believe so. That really opened up my appetite." She laughed while strapping up her seatbelt as Augustus exited the car park. "There's a new Italian restaurant down the road. Care to check it out? Or you prefer crab on the sands?" "I think crabs should stay in a hole for now. With a treatment like this, a new touch would do wonders. Besides, we decided on no crabs, didn't we?" "All right, you said it. Italian lunch it is." What Helena didn't know was that Augustus had already made reservations for the Franco and Alessandro restaurant, located around the corner from the spa. Not only that, but an unexpected visitor was scheduled to meet with them there. In his Italian accent, Franco was at the door awaiting the couple's arrival. Augustus had snuck them a call at the end of his spa treatment before leaving the Lounge Neptune to rejoin Helena in the reception area. "Ah, Signor Royal, so good to have you here with us today. We truly appreciate your business. This must be a la Signora." Turning towards Helena, he kissed her hand and continued, "Ah, Signora, it is an honor to have you here dining with us at the Franco and Alessandro Restaurante. I am Franco, and Alessandro is the head chef. He's busy whipping up a great meal." "Thanks for having us. It's a pleasure meeting you, Franco. So it seems you've met Augustus already." "Ah, met? Signora, he is a little brat of ours." Franco laughed. "We knew him from he was a wee little tot. Our parents used to run this place from home. Alessandro and I decided the home business wasn't paying the bills anymore, and with all Alessandro's great recipes, we knew after our parents passed, bless their souls, that a larger building would have made a much better business for us." "Oh, that's nice. Small world, though. The fact that you know Gus." "Ah, I wouldn't quite put it like that. She doesn't know Franco." "Ah, I see. You naughty, naughty man." Franco squeezed his cheek and invited them in. Helena's blood was boiling at this point. She was dying for Franco to leave so she could attack Augustus. "Signora, this is for you." She was lost for words. "What is this, Franco?" "Ah, but you don't know until you won't open it, love. That would spoil the surprise now, wouldn't it?" Helena took the huge gift box from him, along with a bouquet of freshly cut blood roses, the ones she remembered Augustus gave her in their earlier days. Setting the bouquet down on the table, she slipped the note from it and read, "You are the sun that shines ever so bright in my morning sky, the moon that glistens above the water top, and the stars that fill the night's sky like a disco ball. Helena, my love, we've had many ups and downs, but one thing's for certain, I am sure when I say I want to marry you." Tears began falling from her eyes. She was overwhelmed with joy. She felt the feeling she felt a few years back quickly rush through her blood and veins. Helena felt as if she was falling in love all over again. "Everything all right, love?" Augustus knew what was happening, but he still asked, trying to keep up with his acting. "You bastard! You did it again! She flew up from her seat and grabbed him. I love you so much, Augustus. Tears of joy fell from her eyes once more as she pierced her lips upon his and squeezed him tight. Signo, I shall leave now. Tu un momento. Thank you, Franco. Franco addressed Helena, who was snuggled tightly in Augustus's lap. Signora, you enjoy now. Thank you, Franco. She smiled and squeezed Augustus even tighter. Aren't you going to open that? Looking at the gift, she shook her head. No, actually, I'm going to wait till I get home. I have a feeling it's the best thing to do. She hugged him once more, then rose from his lap and returned to her seat. At this point, Franco was on his way over with a bottle of red wine and a gentleman who resembled him. Signora Royal, it's truly an honor having you with us after so long. Alessandro, my friend, you know I'm always open to supporting good people. This is Helena, the reason for all of this. Helena was still unaware of what was happening. She shot Augustus a look, but trying to keep it subtle after what he just hit her with. Ah, Signora, I am Alessandro. You are such a beautiful little flower. Helena blushed as she glanced in Augustus's direction. You have very good taste, my friend. I hope you hold on to her. She is a gem. Alessandro kissed the top of her hand, then released it gently. So, my friend, shall we borrow you from the lovely lady? Augustus looked in Helena's direction with a comforting stare. Then he rose from his seat and said, Sure. He leaned over and kissed her forehead and said, I will be back in a minute, darling. Don't have too much wine. Save me a glass. He pinched the tip of her nose, then left with Alessandro and Franco. Alright, so there you have it, my Gemini journalist fans. Once again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your very busy schedule to join me here on my channel, The Gemini Journalist, as I read and sway you away as always with the chapter readings of my novel. Now remember, that was chapter 15, part 2, The Transfer, down below in the description. If you have not purchased your copy of the Rookie series, you can definitely check it out down below. I also have Call It What You Will, My Rape Story, and I also have that Counting 1 to 10, that ebook for kids. So definitely go check it out. The links are down below in the description. The books are available on Amazon. If you are here locally in Jamaica, hook me up using my social media sites. The links are also down below. I can get you a copy. Just reach out to me. You will get your autographed copy from your girl, yours truly, Ash. So once again, have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Please stay safe. Travel on that road safely. Pay attention to what's happening. Keep safe for yourself and the entire family. Thank you for joining us here on the Gemini Journalist. Stay safe. Have a blessed weekend. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week, Friday, 10 a.m. Peace out.